Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Live Show. As always, it is a wonderful Sunday night, and this is episode 297. It is your host, the Nerdy Chicano, aka Raul Alejandro Mendoza, who doesn't know a goddamn thing about wine, and Brad, aka Young Yoda. What's up?
Welcome, everyone, to a lovely Sunday. And if you didn't know, you're uneducated and jobless if you don't know the biography of Francis Ford Coppola. That's
Yeah,
what I learned today.
that's what I learned today. Yeah. Even though the fact that I gotta go to sleep early today because I gotta go to a job tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
apparently,
You know,
apparently
I would
we're
love
not
for this to be
nuts.
my job. I'd love for me to be here.
I'd love to be
Gladly,
here just pissing people off
I
on
would
the internet
gladly love
all
to
day.
spout shit I don't know about wine all day here, bro. Actually, I would love to do that. One hundred
Did you
percent
know?
get paid for it.
Did you know though that the secret to making great wine is become a really famous director and buy a winery that's already substantiated.
Who the fuck knew that, bro? Who the fuck knew that?
Who the fuck knew?
It's all good, bro.
Like poor
Yeah,
Maynard over there fucking having to grow his own fucking grapes.
fucking just pulling his dick and be like, I know so much about wine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We hope everyone's having a good day, good night, wherever you're listening to, whenever you're listening to this, or wherever you're listening to this. This is our episode 2 review of HBO's The Idol. And of course, before we get into any of that, Brad, how are you doing today other than the apparent, uneducated
I
selves
mean,
that we are?
uneducated, jobless, just a numbnut dummy over here.
Brad, stick to your day job, please, Brad.
I,
Don't
well,
do
with my
do
day job, I'm jobless.
Mm, yeah, yeah. I don't get it. Apparently, like we have to stick to our day job, but also we're kind of we're jobless.
I'm glad I can spout wrong information of Francis Ford Coppola, and people come back and they just spout wrong information about me, and it's all
Yeah,
good. You know,
but yeah. Hey guys, I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank since 2017. I don't know a goddamn thing about alcohol. I don't know a goddamn thing about wine. I don't know about goddamn thing about whiskey. I'm so sorry to anybody I'm going to offend when I make an obvious joke. Apparently, it wasn't obvious enough to people. Yes, I know that Francis Ford Coppola becoming a director isn't what sold those wine. He probably was making that shit way before. I
it
fucking know
probably
that.
didn't hurt though.
Yeah,
No, and he bought the winery between, and this is from what I read, and I believe to be right. He bought it between when he made The Godfather, when he was making Apocalypse Now.
yeah. But what's it called when somebody when some what's up, Stacy? Just wait. Nerdcore podcast wine will be available at your finest boxes money can buy. Yup. Yup.
We're not even going boxing; we're going bag wine.
I'll just say though, when I saw those wines, I was like, oh, that's Francis Ford Coppola, the director of The Godfather. I didn't say that's Francis Ford Coppola, the amazing wine person who makes great.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Francis Ford Coppola makes great wine. I mean, the
Yeah. Oh, I
man's how
bet.
old's the man?
He's old.
And
He's
he's
old.
bought what, a few wineries. I'm going to say a
Yeah.
few because I don't know the exact number. I don't want that coming back at me from the wine snobs
Yeah. All
who
I'm
have
saying
had
is that,
dinner with Francis Ford, which is great and all. I mean, we're dropping names like the game over here.
yeah. I'm just saying, man, if it sounds like a joke, it's probably because it is a joke. Dipshit. Yeah.
Do you need to nod a little like this, roll, to make sure everybody knows it's a joke?
Yeah. 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 Jesus Christ, rap. But other than
Fuck,
that,
man,
how's your day? How's
man,
your day, man?
all these old fucking dudes on the internet need to get off the internet.
Yeah, Brad. Except you. You have to stay. You have to stay. Brad, other than that, like what you been up to today?
Oh, nothing much. Watched what the
Transformers
what the
movies.
fuck movie do we have to review tomorrow? I watched that movie.
Bottle Rocket.
Bottle Rocket, yeah. So watch Bottle Rocket.
Nice, nice, nice. Um, yeah, man. I tried to play a little bit GTRP. That didn't work out today. And I went to a party because of my friend is leaving to a different country now, and he's
Huh.
going with his girlfriend. So he's gonna be gone for a while. So we decided to have a party, say goodbye to him,
There you
and
go.
yeah, we did that. But came back and made sure we watched this. And
Did you have any wine at the party?
no, of course not, because I'm
Okay.
stupid. I'm jobless, and why would I know?
I just sit here and blab on the internet all day.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm just a little stupid. Says people from the
Mm,
United States, I only
mm,
know about beer and I don't know about wine.
cigarettes.
Yeah,
Beer,
yeah,
cigarettes, unwanted pregnancies. That's what we're all about.
yeah, Brad. Yeah, fucking idiots. Oh my god. But that's all I did today. I what's it called wanted to watch a movie, but I couldn't. I was like, I'm just chilling with the dogs today. Have you blocked off a month or two for playing Starfield? Oh, I did watch the Xbox showcase with Keon, which was fantastic. And I have to say, Stacy, I am really excited for Starfield. I think Starfield looks really freaking good. Is it going to live up to that? Hopefully, if it comes out exactly like it's being presented and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, nothing drastically wrong with it. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some stuff to patch, but not like a huge day one patch, right? But it looks fantastic. It looks like it's going to be really fun to play, and I'm really excited to play it.
I
But
mean, that is if you can get past the first screen.
yeah, but Fable 4, Starfield, there's a lot of cool stuff coming in from Xbox, man. I'm really excited for that stuff. But yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. I did that. I might be on tomorrow's Ubisoft Forward if I can manage to sneak into my office and you know
And do that.
waste an hour
Yeah.
of company time. But
Wait,
we'll have
wait.
to
You
wait.
work?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Never mind. I can do it because I'm jobless. I'm jobless. I don't have a
Jobless and
job.
uneducated.
I was an uneducated, right? I
I
really,
mean, I didn't even. I never called any names or anything. That's the problem with old people on the internet. They go straight to
yeah,
lazy fucking millennials don't know anything, and it's like, whatever.
yeah. It's okay,
No, this
man.
is why nobody wants to talk to
The
you.
doctor prescribed these two. Take them and let me know what you think about them in
This
the
is why
morning.
nobody wants to talk to you, man.
Yeah, so no one wants to talk to you. That's why you have a black and white picture of yourself when you were younger, and you won't face the what's it called you don't have the balls to actually show your real face and know that you're probably gonna get fucking chewed out. And I'm glad that Brad was the one who responded to the comment and wasn't me because I probably would have just said hop off my tip.
But there is a difference between constructive criticism. Let's get
Yeah,
this out of the way. I am down for constructive criticism.
yeah,
Yes, like in our 3-minute casual conversation, we got stuff wrong about Francis Ford
of
Coppola's
course.
biography. Of course. Like, I'm not going to know everything.
Yeah,
I can't possibly know everything. I know bits and pieces. Don't get me wrong, but if you want to come back and be like, hey, he actually makes great wine. This is the wine he makes, yada, yada, yada. And, his reply to us was like, well, I don't need to educate you buffoons. And it's like, whatever.
yeah.
I'll go
It's like
educate myself.
imagine if I did that. Like somebody another podcast. They're like, oh my god, I just love Mexican food. Chipotle is the best, and I love.
You don't
Imagine
know
if I just go,
fucking Mexican
no, you don't know
food.
what the fuck that is. You
You
fucking
don't know what the fuck
uneducated
that is.
buffoon. And then just drop a big fucking
You
rant
don't
about
know
them.
who was
Like,
the creator of that and when they bought that and blah blah
yeah,
blah blah
yeah.
blah.
But yeah, Brad. That was my day, Brad. That was my day, and I like I said, I'm just glad that Brad was the one who responded to it because like I obviously
I
would have
try to
just
be
left.
nice too.
I
Like,
just had to leave, like get off my tip. Get off my tip. Yeah. But you know, God forbid that what's it called? I wasn't the one who did it, bro. But yeah. I just want to say what's it called? Thank you all for being here, though. I know it's pretty late, but we're probably gonna, we're gonna just go into the review in a bit. But other than that, Brad, nothing else that went down for you.
no. I'm just. I mean, if anybody wants to have a debate or a discussion or something, I'm down. I'm down to learn more and gain more knowledge on stuff. So,
I just say this.
maybe one day, Ro, you'll be a really famous director, and then me and you can go find a winery for you to buy.
Yeah.
An already successful winery. Well,
Let's
I
go.
don't know if it was successful or not when he bought it, but I'm sure it didn't, the Coppola name didn't hurt it when he
Yeah.
bought it.
He makes great wine as in his assistants and their assistants that he hired to help make the wine. He
Or that
likely
was
did.
already there in the existing winery that he bought. And
Yeah.
this is what this is all I'm going to say on it again. This
Yeah.
all came from me watching a Maynard Keenan documentary on his winery. And this man struggled so much with this winery just from what I
Yeah.
saw in this documentary. I wasn't there. I can't tell you, how many shits or pisses he took a day, but I can tell you what was in the documentary. and he had to
Yeah.
replace 4 times his vineyard because they froze. And I think that's the difference is when you go into something and
Yeah.
you know you try to build it yourself from the very bottom, from literally growing the plants, versus just going out and buying
Yeah.
a winery in Napa Valley, which is just north of San Francisco. So fuck you, dude. Um,
Yeah. I have to also point out something. There's two things that I'm gonna say before we finally get off the stupid subject because I'm getting tired of it and I don't want to give this motherfucker more shine. Um, we are the podcast that reviewed the movie Uncorked. If you want to go and listen to that review, we obviously know something about wine because we both found that movie to be fucking fascinating.
mhm.
Two, to everybody who apparently what's it called has a problem with like that, like like this motherfucker.
I mean, the
If you
Sonic dweebs and the wine nerds.
Yeah, I'm just saying. This is why I always get like kind of annoyed with people who are like, "Oh, why am I listening to this podcast if they're just speaking for the like for nothing about the movie until like 30 minutes?" It's like because
This is how
since
we do.
day fucking one, this is how we've done it. We spent 10 to 15 minutes before we actually start our review, catching up with each other. Because guess what, y'all? I don't live with Brad. I don't live with Brad. I'm getting on here and I'm literally talking to my friend and I want to know how he's doing. And sometimes that's going to include a conversation that's a fucking joke, a joke, and we're just gonna, have fun with
Well,
each other.
and
And then we're gonna give a spoiler
and
warning.
it's
Then we're gonna get to a review.
it's actually role is improved because for quite a few episodes he literally said Francis Ford Coppola was dead. So
Yeah, it's just
y'all should be
fiction.
happy about
Yeah,
that. He has improved.
yeah. This motherfucker has a whole movie coming out next year, and I'm saying that he's dead. Yeah, but with that said, I'm through talking about that. We gave it about 12 minutes, and that's as much as I want to give it, because he doesn't get 15 minutes of fame. He only gets 12 minutes. To be fair, it was actually like three or like actually like 10 or nine. I don't know,
Yeah, let's
but
move on to the review.
all right, let's go ahead and do this, y'all. If you have not watched The Idol episode 2, this is your chance to get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers, or you've already seen the episode, you probably want to stay here. Either way, how that goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I will say that though. Thank you all so much for the views on the first episode. We are glad that you all
Thank you.
are enjoying. So I
Although
don't know if y'all are
I'm
enjoying
sure
it.
half of you were looking for the show itself, but still, thank you.
Yes, I looked at the YouTube the analytics, and somebody actually what's it called? The people, some people were actually just typing in the Idol episode 1.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
so it's okay. I expect that.
we get it. We get it. That happens to every one of our reviews.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and read some stuff here from Wikipedia, and to this week's episode is called Double Fantasy. After clashing with her team over her album's first single, Jocelyn pushes herself to the limit on the set of her new music video, while Nikki sees potential in backup dancer Diane. Later, Tedros introduces Jocelyn and Leia to Isaac and Chloe from his inner circle. Directed by Sam Levinson, written by Reza Fahim, Sam Levinson, and Abel the Weekend Tesfaye. And of course, this week's cast includes pretty much everybody except we were finally introduced to Susanna Sun, who plays Chloe, and yeah, some
Beautiful singing
other
voice, by the way. Nora
yeah,
Jones esque.
yeah. So Brad, you didn't get to watch this film, but I what's it called was there for the premiere of Sean Baker's Red Rocket. We're gonna see one of his movies this week. What's it called? Tangerine, and he what's it called he casts Susanna Sun in it, and she does an amazing rendition of Bye Bye Bye.
Hmm.
Yeah, which is available on Spotify to listen to. She's incredible, an incredible singer, and she's an amazing piano player as well, pianist. But yeah, I'm just saying, if you guys really enjoyed her voice in this episode, go and check out Red Rocket and check out her single. It's what's it called, her rendition of Bye Bye Bye. But Brad, I'm gonna go ahead and let you open it up here. Brad, what are your initial thoughts on episode 2 of The Idol?
A solid improvement. Like a solid improvement, I'll say. Was it perfect? No, I'm not expecting perfect in the show. But from what we saw in the first, which I had said was an mix of Entourage and Euphoria, and they quite didn't get it right. They figured out the formula, I think, for the most part in this second episode, because everything really just seemed to fit, and you got a cohesive story of, a woman who just lost her mom, and she's not ready. She's just not ready. And she's just so insecure about herself. And she's got, like we said, the wrong team around her. Like her team members, they like get bits and pieces right here and there. But
Mhm.
overall, they're a mess. And then on top of that, you have uh Abel. What was his character's name again? Tetros?
Tedros, Tedros,
Tedros.
Tedros,
Yeah,
Tedros. By the
Tedros,
way,
Tedros. So Tedros squared. Um, so Tedros Squared is in there with his group now, and you can see exactly what he's doing. He's manipulating her to get what he wants, and he's going to bring in his whole crew into that. And then on top of that, you see some of these secondhand dealings going on with her management and Tedros Squared. Um, so it's this is kind of what I was hoping to see, because I knew the first one was going to be a true mess, because every HBO pilot generally is.
yeah,
There's very few that aren't. But with this, I mean, it's pretty solid. It's pretty solid. I'm pretty interested to see, because bad shit's gonna happen.
yeah. I think this episode was a massive improvement from episode one. I think that we are now like really like dissecting some of what they're trying to do in here. Like, I mean, for us to start with this meeting that Jocelyn calls, and for pretty much her to be just surrounded by people who like some of them just don't have the balls to say it like it is in front of everybody else because they're afraid of what anybody else, what somebody
Yeah,
who's obviously on a higher position than them is going to say to them. But they're also afraid of hurting Jocelyn's very fragile mental state right now.
yeah.
And
Except the one manager who, at the
yeah,
very beginning, could she have done it in a better way? Sure,
1000%.
1000%. She could have gone about it a better way. But was she wrong in what she was saying? No,
Not entirely.
not entirely. No.
But I think that she definitely shouldn't have said, people die all the time,
Yeah,
when talking about her
that's a
mother,
little
which like
rough.
especially when you're managing this, and it's obviously that been a long time since you've been managing her.
I think she's the publisher. That's what I'm getting. She's the publisher. Because I think she's got a few management in there, but I
I
think
think
she's the
Jaime is her
publisher.
manager. Um,
Yeah.
I think
He's her
Jaime is her manager.
manager, and then you have the two other characters in there who do some
Yeah,
sort of management. But she's definitely like the publicist.
yeah. I'm sorry, not Jaime, Haim, because it's Chiaim.
Yeah,
It's not
Hein.
Haim. Yeah, Haim. I think he's the manager. That is definitely something that I would like the show to do better, though. I think that these two episodes have not made it easy to know whose role is what,
Yeah.
until you get to the interview and you're like, oh, Xander is the creative director. I definitely knew that Leia was the assistant, right?
And
That's
then
her
Eli
personal
Eli
assistant.
Roth wasn't even in this episode,
No,
so
he's not.
I
Even
mean,
though he's in the cast list.
I
But
didn't miss him, but
yeah, yeah. And then of course you have like Heim, and then you have Divine who's playing what's her name?
yeah,
Fuck,
she was
what's her
like
name?
another manager
Destiny.
in
Destiny. She's
some.
like, yeah. Which I really like that this episode really concentrated on the fact that Heim and Destiny have like had to what's it called, like assume the role of
Yeah.
her parents, even though like that isn't their room to do that at all. But because she is so hurt and so broken, she needs somebody to step up there, and she has these two people who obviously care about her. Sometimes they definitely, in these two episodes, they've definitely not gone about it the right way. And I'm looking specifically at Heim in the first episode with the what's it called,
The pitcher.
with the what's it called, the intimacy coordinator.
Mhm.
But Heim and Destiny do obviously give a shit about
I
Josh.
mean, but we did get that little preview of this next coming up episode, and it feels
Yeah,
like Himes going to drop the ball. That's
yeah.
kind of what it's feeling like
Well, so yeah, so like I
in the
start,
little snippet we have.
yeah. So we start the episode right, and like they preview a new version of a world class center, which by the way, y'all, as I expected last week, this song is gonna be stuck in my head because it is fucking catchy as shit, catchy as
So
shit.
which one, the remix version
No,
or
no,
the older version? The
the
original.
original. Which, by the way, you can tell. Like, look, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Jocelyn wasn't coerced to remix the song and make it like different. But at least you can tell in that moment that Jocelyn actually is proud of her work. Like she's
Yeah,
like, "Oh, I like this. Like this
yeah.
is something that I want to
And
experiment
then
with."
everybody kind of just poo poos on it, which in the business, at least as they show it, you can't just change shit,
Yeah,
after months of work that's been done by a lot of people and a lot of money going into it. It's
yeah,
just next to impossible. What I would do is I'd release the original. Everybody loves that. Then release the remix. People
yeah,
do it all the time. Rappers
yeah,
do that all the time.
yep. And it's like, and like, yeah, and that's where I kind of understood where like she was kind of get where old lady, I can't remember her freaking name, and I'm looking at names here, but she, what's it called,
The
where she got
publicist.
the publicist, where she kind of got pissed off, and she was like,
Yeah.
like, well, this is the thing, is that now we have all this hard work and we're not gonna mess this up. And yeah, I get that 100%. um I just think that it's obvious, it's very apparent that everybody's wanting to create the image of Jocelyn,
But what
and
what I what
nobody
I
is.
personally
Yeah,
would do is I'd release the original for a commercial, and then I underground the shit out of that other one in clubs
yeah.
and all that shit.
I'm just saying, it's like it's very apparent that like Jocelyn isn't mad that they don't like the song. She's mad that everybody is just too concerned with creating their image of Jocelyn, and they're not letting Jocelyn be the one control her image and who she wants to be.
Yeah.
And you see it especially in the music video when they're filming it. Yes, it is very, very, very frustrating for a talent to come in and assume the role of the director and undermine the director. But there's where you find out, like, hey, Jocelyn wants to be more involved in the pre-production of what this is going to look like.
Yeah, but there's a difference between being more involved and being just so paranoid about everything
Yeah,
and just so insecure about everything that you can't get any work done.
yeah, and it's Nikki. I'm sorry. Which, by the way, this, what the hell? Like, this is actually who she's. She's not this old, bro. This girl is a. How old is this woman? I'm looking at her IMDb photo here, Brad, and that is not the same woman I'm looking at in this show,
I don't
bro. What?
know.
Well, I'm sorry, I just got distracted by that. But yes, and like, yeah, and I understand where that's coming from, but it's just like, you know, you can't undermine all this work, right? And that's true. But like,
But her
right there,
team
what
her
we
team needs to
see,
be ride or die with her and be
yeah,
like, "Yo, like
exactly,
you worked really hard on this original song and we've like it's selling like hotcakes. Let's get
yeah,
that out there and then we can move this underground shit because
yeah,
it's a bop, but it's going to be a bop in the clubs."
yeah. That's a club banger, one
Yeah.
hundred percent. But
That's me stealing it off LimeWire banger.
yeah,
That's what that is back in the day.
but and like what I was gonna like kind of lead to here was that like it's obvious that Jocelyn is not reacting well to this. First, we're told that like she has cuts on her inner thighs, and maybe that's just self harm. I think that was self harm.
Well, was
Um,
that self harm or was that what she said when she broke the glass? Because she was doing some stuff with some ice, man.
yeah, I can't remember, but all I know is that she's got cuts on her inner thighs, right?
Yeah.
And it's obvious that she's having a hard time right now. And we find out that like, yes, this is the first music video she's shooting without her mom there. She's lost somebody who's like very important to her and who has helped her, throughout this journey of hers that she
Hmm.
doesn't even like understand how it's working. But she's like, she's been here, and she in that moment where she just like calls out for her mom, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, yeah, like that's like she's breaking down. He's like she's really, 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 what's it called? She's really starting to lose it here. It's that
Re-aging.
HBO re-aging technology. We saw it in House of Dragon with
I mean, Viserys was losing limbs and digits.
yup, yup. Um, but yeah, and like just Jocelyn just breaking down, bro. And it's just like it was really sad to see that scene, man. Like just because you can tell like she really wants to do right by her team. She really wants to provide them the best fucking possible music video that they can get. But that is also, of course, true to her, who she is.
Well, and then it does not help that when she gets it perfect, they don't get the shot.
Which, by
It's
the
out of
way,
focus.
it happens, bro. That shit happens. But when it is like the 50th to 60th take, and you are dealing with something, oh my god, it is going to crush you. It is. It is gonna. It's that is a feeling that is so hard for it to explain because it's like It's because like it's just imagine, bro. It's the same thing that Tarkovsky went through, right? He
Yeah, his
finally
house
got
burned
the
down.
shot right, and boom, the film jammed,
Well, the house was on fire.
and the house was on fire, right?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's just it was so fucking. I
And
was just
then on top of that, you have the added Nikki in the back doing double dealings, trying to sign Diane,
oh
who
yeah,
apparently is a singer for
inside.
Tedro Squared.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Which
this
I
man
was
is just
like,
surrounding, his people now
yeah,
around Jocelyn.
yeah, yeah. But that shit with Nikki was 100% super two faced. I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, girl, I fucking knew it. I knew it that you couldn't get your fucking hands off, and she probably already felt it. Like this girl is not gonna it's not gonna be a good look for us. Like we need to finally start thinking about a future without Jocelyn. And
Yeah.
when she saw fucking Diane, it's like she fucking her eyes went to fucking dollar bill signs, bro.
hmm Look, she sings, she dances, she does everything this other one does, but without the underlying issues. That's basically
Yeah.
what she was going like.
The fact she was able to say, take her to the back, she needs to lay down the track.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then on top of that, you have weird shit that happens, kind of like a Euphoria episode of Tedro Square just putting a electric dog collar on Isaac and just being like, I'm like, this is
That was him grooming him
yeah,
to make sure that he knew how to give the assistant some good dick. So that way, what's it called? It could be easier for him
yeah,
to what's it
yeah,
called? Be close to what's it called?
yeah, fight
To
through the
Jocelyn.
pain and all that. Like,
Yeah. And I was like,
but it's just
bro,
weird too that just the weekend being like,
yeah. At first, I was like, is he benching or something? Like, is he doing like fucking like squats or something? And then once
no,
we
that man
get
getting
close,
electrocuted.
when you kept going closer, I was like, that motherfucker's electrocuting his nuts. This man is electrocuting him.
I
So
didn't
that
know it
was
was a dog collar or his nuts. So
I don't remember. I don't know what it was. All I know is that he was getting shot collared, bro.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, but it was just oh man, that was so uncomfortable, bro. I was like, dude, that
whew,
is not
yeah. I mean, that's probably been the lead. Like, there were far more uncomfortable parts in the first episode, the pilot. But yeah, Tedros still gives me the heebie-jeebies because you know what's going to happen. He
yeah.
is not
Oh,
there. He is not there out of the goodness of his heart.
the minute that man was said, I think I need to move in
Yeah, you
for
knew.
work purposes.
Yeah, like
You motherfucker.
you
I was like,
motherfucker. Yeah.
that tells me two things. You're
Also, I
broke.
don't
You're
need to
broke.
hear dirty talk from Abel ever again.
Yeah. But that was him like that was him, what's it called? That was Pedro's once again like assuming control and
Yeah,
being like, yes, I can treat her like literally like a fucking porn star.
yeah.
I
She's
can
like the
treat her.
biggest star in the world, and I can treat her how I want. That's
Yeah, yeah. But like him wanting to move in tells you two things, bro. You're broke. Two, what's it called? You are about to assume control of this whole household.
apparently he's from Hawaii. Who knew?
Which, by the way, that had to be some of the funniest shit when he was like, "Is he Hawaiian?" He's like, "Well, he's a person of color."
But he's a person of color. You can say he's black, right?
Yeah, which
That
is
that
like,
interaction was pretty funny.
it's like none of you, except for Haim and Destiny, can get out of this stupid PR mode that you all are in.
Yeah.
All of you are just
Well,
driven
and
into
Nikki for part of it because Nikki just don't
yeah,
give a fuck. I don't think.
yeah. But it's like those three are the only ones who are not in this stupid PR mode.
Yeah.
And we also have yet, and I'm sorry, we're kind of going back and forth here, but we also have to talk about the reporter.
Yeah. Why is
Please,
Vanity Fair all up on the set on this
please,
shit?
for the love of God, if somebody tells you it's off the record, assume it is not on the it is not it
No.
is on the record.
Yeah. Assume
Assume
it's
it is
not.
on the record.
Yeah. And plus, she should have been there after that first dealing and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's why she has a bad team. I
Not
would have
yeah.
kicked Vanity Fair right the fuck out.
But also what kind of look would that have provided if the
I
team
mean,
kicked out
better than whatever the fuck she's gonna write after
she's not gonna
this
write a good
episode.
thing. No, she's not gonna write a good article.
No.
Like, yeah, her trying to like pry at like Xander to find out about how the team is working, and for him to say like, I don't have a say in any of this. Like, I'm just here. Like, she's like, I'm
I'm
just
just
here
here to
because
get
I love
paid.
her. Yeah,
This man's Marshawn Lynch. I'm just
you
here
know
so I
why
don't
I'm
get
here.
fined.
Yeah, you know why I'm here.
You know why I'm here.
But yeah, God, what's it called? Like I said, this episode was a massive improvement.
Oh, very much.
I really liked the music in this too. Like not just the obviously the
With
pop
the
music, but
repeating track.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, a lot of I don't know why, but a lot of this like reminds me of like La Dolce Vita in a way. Like the grossness of like high society, and like it's the grossness of like this music industry that like preys on people, and when you don't have the right team and management behind you, it's so easy for somebody to walk in and be able to manipulate the person that you're managing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also, of course, like Susanna Son, just that girl's gonna be trouble. Chloe's gonna be
Uh huh.
trouble, bro.
Is it
100 fucking
because
percent.
we didn't know in the first pilot that she was a Tedros
Yeah.
woman?
No. But she walks in and she's like so excited. She's like, "What is her?" What is she saying? Like, she stays at a hotel. And like, no, this is her house. She's so excited. She goes into the pool, takes off all her clothes to go into the pool,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh,
just
and she can sing. Holy God.
yeah,
Nora Jones pipes.
yeah, fucking
People don't probably
incredible.
don't know who Nora Jones is, but go
Yeah,
take a listen.
but yeah, Susanna Sun is an incredible singer. She does a great job in this. But like, yeah, Chloe's just taking over that pool like it's hers, going what's it called, trying on clothes that are not hers,
Yeah.
playing the piano naked like it's her own home, and she could
Just
just be her.
just watching her watching Jocelyn have sex. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, this man is taking over this household.
yeah. I mean, he took over it in episode one. The moment he was just in there and walking around like he owned the place, helping
Yeah.
himself to liquor, even though of course, what's it called? The assistant says you can get a drink if you want. But I think that like the what's it called? The right thing to do, even though if you're being told
You just wait.
is to say like, hey, do you mind if I can pour this out? Or like, oh, it's okay. I'll just wait for Jocelyn to come out so we can
Yeah.
drink together.
I mean, nobody like when they say, yeah, treat the house as your own, they don't actually mean
They
that
don't
shit.
actually mean that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't want you to put your feet up on my couch and like with your shoes on and shit. Like,
No.
yeah, no. But Tedros is assuming control, and
Also, everybody's saying, oh, in the first pilot, oh, Abel's acting so bad. I don't see it. I think he's doing pretty good.
he's doing exactly what this character needs to be.
Yeah. Which
He's
is creepy as fuck.
yeah. If if you do not feel your skin crawling by this motherfucker right now, I don't know what the hell you're
I'm
watching.
just I'm just waiting for the hammer to fall because
Yeah.
if it's starting like this, it's going to get bad by the end.
Oh yeah. One
Plus,
hundred
he's already
percent.
introduced drugs to everyone. That's the last
Yeah.
thing Jocelyn fucking needs in this house.
Oh yeah. So this is about to go even worse, and it's gonna get worse before it can get better. But like I said, I like the episode. I think that it was good. I think it was a massive improvement. I don't think it's the best thing I've ever seen,
No,
but I think it was a massive improvement from episode one, and I think that I'm really interested to see where we go next week.
agreed, agreed. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a 5 out of 10. I'll tell you that.
No, it's not a five
It's
out of ten.
better.
What would your verdict be, Brad?
I'm thinking like a 7.5 out of 10.
I'm sitting at a 7 as well. I'm
Yeah,
sitting at a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good. There's obviously what's it called, bits and pieces where I was like, okay, what's it called? Like, let's just,
yeah.
like,
I mean, and I'm waiting for the next episodes because if they got better like this, it might be like a Euphoria where it just consistently gets better over time.
oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And of course, we saw the preview, so it's gonna get like, I really like the interview, man. I really like the interview that they did. Kind of like Lily Rose Depp talking about how like Jocelyn's like very obviously inspired by like the early 2000s and
Yeah.
90s,
Oh, and
pop
then they tell
stars.
even her makeup is inspired by that, by
Yeah,
Britney's and Christina's makeup, along
yeah,
with old Hollywood. I guess they were talking about
yeah.
those effects they were putting on her.
Yeah, which I thought was just really cool, and so obviously, like those
Well,
eras.
nobody ever talks about the makeup. Let's be real
No,
here. We don't really hear about that part.
yeah. So I'm glad that they actually gave that room for it to talk and be like, oh, this is what, like, this is a no to this, and I was like, oh, that's really cool because like, it's obviously in those eras, in those times that there was a lot of shady shit happening behind the scenes of how
Hmm.
contracts were negotiated and how the managers controlled people and stuff, and like it was just yeah, like it was interesting to see those nodes, those odes to them in
I
the
want I want to
makeup.
know who her accountant is because I'm gonna look at that fucker real hard because we know all the accountants steal that cash.
Yeah, yeah. I want to know too, but Yeah, I think that yeah, the Johnson's team is about to get shaken up, and fuck man, I don't know. I think the fact that in the preview it showed that Heim was grabbing a gun seems the
Yeah.
shit's about to fucking pop off. Like some like, well, the next episode is the mid season finale, so something's got to pop off. So we'll see where it
How
goes
many
from there.
episodes is in this?
6 episodes.
6 episodes? Wow.
Yeah, yeah, only six. But yeah, man. Like I said, massive improvement. I really liked it, and I what's it called? I'm really excited to see what's next.
Yeah. If it keeps improving like this, we'll have some good stuff to talk about.
Yeah. But that concludes our review of. Wait, hold on. Let me see. What did Stacy say? Will this series age like Francis Ford Coppola's finest vintage, handcrafted and picked by definitely not illegal immigrants wine? Oh man,
I don't know. I don't know where Napa Valley is.
bat booty naked,
But
butt
booty
booty naked.
naked.
Oh,
But booty naked.
yeah. Which, by the way, look, I want to say this before what's it called? Before we continue any further with the series, I'm gonna need to see some. I'm gonna need to see some man butt here or some man dick or something because I'm an equal opportunity, nudity. That means if you are gonna have these women be fully naked on screen, you better be prepared for the men to be fully naked too. That's what should happen. So what's it called? I hope it's not just completely that, but also I don't want Sam Levinson to do what he did with Euphoria, where he was like everybody was complaining about like there being no male nudity.
Hmm.
So the only male nudity you saw
Was the dad?
was that one dude on the
Well,
toilet with his dick out, and he was just like drunk, like, I was like, yeah, please don't do that shit.
with the angry cock.
Yeah, I was like, please don't do that. Please don't do that shit. Yeah, so I'm straight. Yeah, I'm just
I
saying.
I have been on this show for
Someone
8 years.
clip
I
that.
have reviewed 8 years of movies with this man, and
But
there
then,
have
like,
been so much dick.
but yeah, like Brett, isn't that like my philosophy? Like,
Yeah,
hasn't that been my
no,
philosophy?
that's
I'm like,
always been your
yeah,
philosophy. Is
if
if
you're gonna show
they're showing booties and breasts, they need to show dick and balls. You can
100%,
clip that too.
you can include that too. Yeah. That concludes our review of episode 2 of The Idol. And we want to thank you all so much for joining us. I know that Keon just let out
Keon's
a
dying behind the
Keon's
scenes,
dying.
probably.
He let out a big hey
Hey
yo.
yo,
But it's true. I'm an equal opportunity nudity in film.
I mean, but
Everybody.
what do we know? I don't know anything.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I'm
I'm jobless.
uneducated and jobless.
Yeah. But I hope everyone had a great time. We thank you all so much for joining us here on this episode and our review of episode 2. We will see if next week we'll be back for episode 3. Hopefully we will be because shit, man, I know it's probably gonna go down. But if anything, we could probably just what's it called uh
Monday, we can do that shit Monday.
Monday.
Yeah,
We just what's it called go live on Patreon to do our review, and then that lasts
yeah,
like 30 minutes, and do another
and
30-minute
then do
review
our yeah
on the public. So
yeah.
yeah, we'll see what's up. We'll figure it out, my friends. We'll figure it out. But other than that, I want to thank you all so much. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Chilzone, for being here with us. And yeah, I got to get to work because I got to get to sleep because I got to go to a job I don't have. Yeah, but
With a degree that I don't have either.
yeah. But of course, tomorrow we will be live on Patreon early for our patrons who are going to get our review of Bottle Rocket early before the public gets it on Tuesday. So if you would like to see that, please consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/nerdcore at the $1 tier. You get live streams and early access to our the Nerdcore episode, our movie reviews episodes. So those go up early for everybody on the Patreon who joins at the $1 and above.
And tomorrow we'll be reviewing Bottle Rocket by
Yeah,
Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson's first film, actually.
yeah, first feature film. Yeah,
And then Thursday we're doing.
Tangerine.
Are we doing Tangerine? I don't.
I
I guess
thought
I can pull
Tangerine.
up the
Wait, hold
schedule.
on.
I don't think
Dallas
it's
Buyers
Tangerine.
Club was yours. No, we're doing
Yeah.
Botravia. Botravia from Claire Denis, which what's it called? I'm wanting to scratch off my watch list for a long time, and I'm really excited to finally get to it. So we're gonna be doing tomorrow, Monday, we're doing Ball Rocket, and then on Thursday we're gonna be doing Botravia. So I'm excited for that. But of course, not this, well, not this week, but next week on Wednesday, we're gonna be doing our commentary of Benedetta. Paul Verhoeven's Benedetta
Y'all don't want to miss that.
on the $5 tier.
Show's on, Stacy. You don't want to miss that. I'm saying, even if you're just watching it alone in the dark with a bottle of lotion, a nice bottle of Francis Ford Coppola wine next to you.
We are done here, and we hope everyone had a great
Some
time.
tissues.
Brad,
you think Francis Ford Coppola has tissues and lotion?
I don't want to answer that. Brad, let's go ahead and send him out of here.
All right, Raul. Thank you, host, as always. Thank you to those who joined us in chat today. Thank you to our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters, our haters. We appreciate each and every one of you. You give us shit to talk about. So thank you. Enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And to end this, I guess I'm gonna say, what am I gonna say?
Don't trust a guy with a rat tail.
Don't trust a guy with a rat tail. And also, become a famous director, buy a well-established vineyard, become rich. Young Yoda out.
I'm a freak, yeah.
He's also